Alright. Hey guys, how you doing? So we're doing a continuation of last week, and that's with the Yaniv situation. Jessica, Jonathan, Yaniv. Again, I have my two co-hosts, Ichabod and Miss Steam. So I'm gonna try my best just to give you the updates because, as I said last week, that this story is continually to unfold. And more stuff has come out, and I'm not going to try to spend the entire stream on it because it's depressing and disgusting, and hopefully we'll get to the two other topics that we want to talk about. But for those of you who have not been following, I'm going to kick over to the stream TV. More stuff has come out. If you have seen the articles already, you know that there's text messages. We went over them last week. Let me get so those were Facebook DMs. So these, this is even worse, and there's evidence to back this up. This is from the postmillennial.com. Exclusive 15-year-old alleged victim of Yaniv speaks out. This is an update. Jessica Rumpel, she has her Twitter handle there. The young woman who Yaniv allegedly engaged in inappropriate sexual behaviors online with when she was between the ages of 14 and 15 has confirmed she has filed a child exploitation report against Yaniv with CyberTip on the incident. So this is a Twitter update, and like I said, there are text messages, and they're quite grotesque. This guy was trying to get into this young woman's pants when she was a minor. A young woman has come forward with serious allegations of abuse against Jonathan Yaniv. Yaniv, a man, I'm not into the transgender shit, I think it's just a guy's at this point, has recently risen to infamy for the human rights tribunal suits he has taken out against 16 estheticians for declining to perform waxing services on her male gender, on his. I'm tired in that word.
Well, how they basically threw out consent. It's like, oh yes, you don't consent to touching this man's genitalia when you've applied to do a job where you're trained and consent to touching women's genitalia, not men's at all.
I mean, even that aside, you don't have to consent to something you're not trained to do.
Yeah, no, and that is true, but
the fact that they legally can't deny him now, otherwise they might lose their fucking business. They basically took away the right to consent at that point.
Yeah, and it's crazy, and they don't see the fallout from these laws that they want to pass, or they have passed. Again, this is in Canada, for those of you who don't remember.
You can't say England is worse than Canada anymore.
Well, the suits are... Go ahead.
We don't recognise male rape victims, realm rape victims, but we still have sexual assault laws. And so if men or women get touched inappropriately and they don't want that, that's still under sexual assault. It's worse than the UK. That's official now. So.
Mm-hmm. And Canada has gone after rape shelters because they refuse to allow biological men into their spaces. So, yeah, Canada is just in the toilet. While the suits are ongoing, a publication ban on Yaniv's name and the content of his case and history was lifted during recent hearings, allowing details of his disturbing past behavior to come to light. 22-year-old Jessica Rumpel of Shemish, Washington State has disclosed details to the Post-Millennial of her encounters with Yaniv. Rumpel was just 14 years old at the time of the interactions, turning 15. So, like I said, these get a little bit... LOL, how old are you again? 14. Are you okay?
I'm fine, carry on.
I don't know if I should. LOL, almost 15. I don't know why, 'cause you're young. LOL. At first, I thought, this guy seems to have some kind of mental issues of some sort. She says, I didn't think he was a predator at first. Yaniv made contact would you go down? Made contact with Rumpel through social media site Ask FM, where people, including those who are anonymous, can ask questions of users and receive answers in short form. Rumpel states that Yaniv sent her a series of disturbing questions while anonymous before adding her to a private messenger application, Kik. Kik is known to law enforcement for its notoriously poor protection of children. Oh, that's nice. And its routine usage by pedophiles to message each other and their victims. Ooh. According to Rumpel, Yaniv allegedly presented himself as a young male in his late 20s and claims that he used pictures of himself when he was younger in their initial conversation. Oh, that's not creepy at all. Rumpel states it was sympathy that caused her to continue contact with Yaniv initially. He liked to make himself to be the victim. Surprise. He actually told me he had... Oh, what is that word? I'm too tired. Folliculitis? Okay, we're just going to go with that. And depression. Pitying who she thought was an emotionally pained young man, Rumpel maintained some regular contact with Yaniv. I always wanted to be there for anyone who was suffering, anyone who needed someone to listen to them. Just like any other 15-year-old girl, she enjoyed having another friend to talk to, but the conversations often took an uncomfortable turn. Yaniv told me he used pads and wants to go into the ladies' bathroom. We saw those Facebook DMs. Those were from her. Yaniv asked me how to go into the ladies' bathroom without being caught. Oh, dear God. And then how to be in the bathroom if there's a lot of women or girls, Rumpel recalled. Yaniv even asked me what stall to go in. Yikes. Closer, like... Where will I change and where will she change, or will we change in front of each other? Just ask if you can use her bathroom quickly or tell her you're going to go in the bathroom. Can't I change in front of her? Fuck. If you want, like, it'd be okay if I did. Okay, wow. Yeah, but might make her uncomfortable. Ask her if it's okay if you can change in the room. Or should I wait to see what she does first? Sure. What do I do about my pads and stuff? Like, I haven't told her. Yeah, then just fucking change in the damn bathroom in the fucking hotel goddamn room. Oh, wow, she's getting real fed up. I would have blocked this sucker a long time ago if he sent me that shit. Go ahead.
Scotland Yard, open up. Scotland Yard, open up.
Golly, man.
FBI!
According to
What the fuck is an FBI?
What?
What the fuck is an FBI?
It's our Scotland Yard.
Yeah, it's Federal Bureau Investigations.
The Federal Bureau of Investigation.
There you go.
Ugh, sounds gay.
Because Scotland Yard is the most masculine thing you could come up with.
Excuse me, I didn't name those faggots.
Alright. Moving on. Sorry, Chambers.
You're fine.
Right, yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
According to Rumpel, Yaniv did not identify as a transgender at any point during their interactions. She believed Yaniv simply had a fetish for bathrooms, pads, and girls' clothing, as Yaniv would also begin sending Rumpel worried messages, including photos of himself in girls' jeans, asking for comments and compliments from the then 15-year-old.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, how do they look? They look good. These are a bit tiny. Nope, I can't enlarge these. Sorry, guys. Is it weird I'm wearing girls' jeans? No. These are what I bought. There's a URL attachment. Oh, they do look girly. Do they look girly? No. Good. Eventually, Yaniv's attention turned overtly sexual. I'm so OMG. Question mark, hungry? It rhymes with that. Torny, typo, be horny. Why are you always so beautiful, LOL? Did you also ask me if I had big tits and a big ass on a non? No? Oh, okay. The first thing, yes. The second thing, no. Really? Really? Wow. Yaniv called me Titty Queen, even asked me to marry him, and I was only 15. He said he couldn't wait until I turned 16. Yaniv was born in 1987. He is currently 32. At that time of these messages, he would have been 27. Damn it, and that is why you do not put the year you were born in, XD. I can't wait till you turn 16, haha. Why? I already look like a 16-year-old, bibis. I'm turning 15 soon. LOL, but you're not 16, and that means I can't do anything with you. As much as you want that. Ew. XD, am I right? Nah. So she pretty much just told him, like, no, I don't want to, no.
Objection!
As has been revealed from previously exposed conversations, Yaniv often directed his comments towards minstrel stuffs. Those are the messages we went over last week. Even going so far as to pester Rumpel to take photos of her. I didn't catch that the first time I read through this article. Wow, we got a Andrew, I believe his name is Andrew Marlowe, Andy Pandy the Vampire. Oh, that's disgusting. Rumpel to take photo. If you're eating, put your food down, put your drinks down right now. I'll give you a second. Okay, second's over. Rumpel to take photos of her used feminine hygiene products. Yeah, and take a pic of it, lol. No? Please? No? Then I can tell you if you did it right. Yeah, weird fuck. Lol, please. I'd have to take a picture. Yeah.
So he likes ketchup with his fish.
I'd have to take a picture of my vagina to do that. No, LOL just... So this... Wow, I have no words. Yaniv would send Rumpel disturbing voice messages in an Elmo voice saying things such as Elmo wants to F and Elmo loves pussy. In the final clip, Yaniv is heard saying, I love you. Just Rumpel, your boobies go up and down, up and down, up and down. So, because, okay, here's the dangerous thing, because he knows that she's not taking these conversations to her parents or an adult, so he pushed the envelope further and further and further, because he knew that she was not talking to anybody about these conversations. It even says in the article that she thought he had mental issues for a while.
There was a video that came out on Twitter, I don't know if you've seen that, of someone's confront the person.
Yeah, no, we'll show that. I have that. Let's see. Rumpel explains that Yaniv had an Elmo character profile on Ask FM and used it to send her questions. At first, she thought it was an adorable, but when it became sexual, like with all of Yaniv's other behaviors, she felt uncomfortable and violated. She began responding less and less to Yaniv and sending him defensive messages in an attempt to force him to go away. Rumpel claims that what was left of her sympathy finally wore off when other girls approached her and claimed Yaniv had treated them in a similar or worse fashion. The girls saw Yaniv's comments to Rumpel on her Ask FM and tried to warn her. Yaniv told these girls he was 17. Oh, wow. Rumpel says, I started to call Yaniv out on my Ask FM, and these other girls messaged me and said Yaniv was a liar and broke their hearts. Yikes. Don't listen to Jonathan. He lied to me, and he used me, and he made me believe disgusting things. Don't do it. Look at my Ask feed. It's obvious he's a fucking fake. The disease he has isn't even serious. It's a minor thing. Don't worry, though. He's just a fucking attention seeker. I used to be friends with him, and I'm ashamed to tell people that I used to be his friend. He obviously also probably faking his depression, which makes me mad at him even more. Don't let that fake ass be a waste to your tears, gorgeous. You are not the only one. So, wow. He's a creeper. I swear to God. Rumpel says she learned of Yaniv's impropriety in human rights suits after Yaniv followed her on Twitter. Oh, it even has a snapshot of the notification. Wow. So ew. Last week I decided to check on who follows me and I found Jessica Yaniv. At first I was like, who the heck is that? And then I recognized the last name in that face. Rumpel also claims she was scared when she learned that Yaniv changed his name to Jessica. So, wow, this creeper, he sought her out again. Wow. I clicked on the profile and saw the proud lesbian photo, and that a lot of people were commenting about Yaniv being a creep. I saw the screenshots they had of Yaniv asking the most disturbing questions. Rumpel says it was this realization that compelled her to come forward. I cannot express my feelings. My thoughts are with the other young girls Yaniv has done this to. The post-millennial reached out to Jessica Yaniv for comment who claimed no knowledge of who Rumpel was dating. Yeah, no, you're full of shit. The freaking messages have your pic, have your updated profile pic, you piece of shit.
I'm a 17-year-old girl that looks about 40.
Yaniv
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Then also claimed the messages Rumpel had received had been from a fake account. Nope, because I bet you anything she went and clicked on the profile, and I really hope she recorded it, because I would have done that. It's like, nope, get lost, you piece of shit. There has been a lot of fake accounts of me out there, and there's a lot of people trying to put disparaging content out there, so I have no idea who this person is at all. You are a liar. You are a fucking liar. However, the post-millennial was able to verify the messages Rumpel received did indeed come from Yaniv's verified Trusted Nerd Facebook account. Get fucking wrecked. So he's trying to pass off as supposedly sock puppet accounts are going around in his name messaging all these girls, and they did so back then. But yeah, thoughts so far, guys?
If you... Did I say it? Prey on kids, don't be an idiot.
It's cause, oh, and by the way, this piece of shit put another business out of commission.
Let me rephrase what I said. If you want to be a kid, if you want to prey on kids, be exactly like this idiot.
Jessica's
He's gonna find you.
Jessica isn't powerful. Well, this business that I'm taking to the BC Human Rights Tribunal on Friday no longer exists at the Metropolisa Met after I let the landlord know about it. So the landlord is stupid. Weirdo, because if your shoppers and other companies have any sense, common sense, or decency, you probably just killed the business in your mall. So congrats, dumbass. But yeah, no, got another business. I swear to God, if I had like a similar shop or whatnot, or I ran a place and I had this creep come up to me, I'd tell him to go pound sand, because, no. So yeah, got another business closed down. Where is that Twitter status? Hold on. It's the one of Ian. Okay. Nope, actually.
Lion?
Huh?
Huge Lion? Huge Lion says, could you say hi to Steam for me?
Hiya.
Hello into the chat. Also, Mistress Tatiana and Samuel Nemeth. Thank you all for tuning in. It's always nice to see people.
So, this is a different URL site. This was an interview. Yaniv was interviewed by Irish broadcaster Neil Boland on the Wax My Balls human rights case. Yaniv told Boland that women have no right to reject a trans person's demands to touch their scrotum. And this is also, too, because Yaniv told something similar to Alex Jones, and I clipped it on my Twitter, and I posted it. According to Yaniv, women can't tell you no, that they don't want to touch your shit if you claim to be trans.
And I said that. I don't believe that you have the right.
Huh?
But in order to be progressive, we have to throw out consent, so trans women can feel included.
Yeah, I'll do you. Let's see. Let me pull up the.
That's basically the reasoning. They made a law where it's like you aren't allowed to consent. And it's like, and then everyone's like, that's super progressive. What, not being able to consent is super progressive?
Yeah, let me...
Now, to be fair, one of the very important things that I have to point out in all this is the fact that this is why the United States has what's known as the right to refuse service without reason given.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't give them the reason you won't serve them, they have nothing to take to court.
Yeah. Let me see if this is the right spot.
Because
We actually have something similar here.
And that their husband will not allow them to do service.
Okay, so we're
Hello
gonna...
to Mouthy Mama in the chat.
Oh, hey, Mouthy Mama. It's been a while. So here, I'm gonna play it.
Unmuted on the stream. Nothing, it's fine.
Okay, so I'm gonna start right here. This is Alex Jones had an interview with Yaniv. I'm gonna start at 13:52, and it goes on. The section I want to show you, it goes on for about like a minute or so. But yeah, I want you to listen to it because this is how insane this freaking piece of shit is.
So wanted an arm wax too, and they got refused service because the respondents claimed that they're Sikh and that their husband will not allow them to do service on a biological man. You see, this is...
Listen, I don't want my wife touching other men's genitals.
No, not about the genitals.
What if my wife did bikini waxes?
Yeah.
Okay, and what if she did that, and then a dude, a man comes in who says he's a woman, and then he wants my wife to polish his Johnson?
In this day and age, with the BC Human Rights Code and the Canadian Human Rights Code, if someone identifies as a woman, they have to receive those gender affirming care services. That's the law.
I don't think this is going to work out well because here's my deal.
Okay, so did you catch that? No, this is not out of context. You can listen to Go ahead.
It's catching up. Okay. Caught up. Yeah, this guy's a fucking prick, and I'm not calling him a woman because advocating for sexual assault, not legally able to refuse not touching your junk for sexual assault. So you're not going to be called a woman. Sorry.
And like this is the thing. Even though I will be the only person that will do it, I'll even go so far as to say that they're a woman. Fine, you want to be a lady, you're a lady. But lady, here's the situation. You have a penis. Labia waxing, women's bikini wax, is not your balls. They aren't trained for that. They don't have the kind of experience to do that. And they can refuse you asking for a service that isn't that service. They do women's bikini waxing. That means the labia, that means the lips, that means everything around that area on a biological woman. I'm sorry
also
that that's not what you want.
The fact that they need different type of waxing material in order to wax men because men have tougher skin than women.
Well, the ball sack is not tougher. It's actually thinner. They have to use a different temperature. They have to use different stuff. They have to not get that area. And down to the very baseline of all of this, there's a point where you don't want a gender-affirming service because a gender-affirming service means you're going to a place that does trans waxing. Go to a place that does trans waxing. Go somewhere else. They don't have to bake the gay cake. Go somewhere else. They've lost your business. Feel free to rally and rail and be ridiculous about it. But when it comes down to the baseline, even being a bisexual male myself, even being somebody who could have married a dude, I'm not going to go to a place that makes cakes and be like, you have to do this because I'm obligated. I'm owed. I ain't owed shit. I'm paying you for a service. Period, plain, to the baseline of it. All of it. I'm paying you for a service. If you want to do that, don't want to do that service, I might complain about it, but I'm going to go somewhere else that provides that service because I'm not going to be a dick to people and sit there and be like, you have to do it because we're in 2019. No, you don't have to do it. Tell them to fuck right off out the door and don't give them a reason. And this is coming from somebody who is LGBT friendly, who is trans people friendly. Tell them outright, no, we're not going to do it. And when they ask for the reason, we don't have to give you one.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
This behavior is predatory.
I'm actually really
Okay.
like the feminists. They're siding with him, and it's like, why? He's advocating for sexual harassment and sexual assault. He literally got the government to take away the right for women to not touch his junk. You either get fired or lose your business, or you touch some random guy's junk that you did not consent to at all because you went into the business thinking that you were only ever going to touch women's junk and that you can refuse service to women you don't want to do it to. Now they don't have that right, so it's like, okay, well, now basically sexual assault is legal if you're in the waxing industry.
This just got 10 times
the massage
worse.
industry. Yeah, any industry.
No, that's not what I'm not talking. I'm not talking about industry. I'm talking about we just went to fucking CP. Fucking shit, and I'm digging. I know. I'm digging around for like that Twitter status from Still Grey, the one where Yaniv gets confronted or whatnot, and I found a recent article. So.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, this.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom and take a quick breath, because if I don't, I'm gonna rage, and I don't want to rage. I'm trying not to. I'm already pissed off enough. I'll be right back.
Okay, no, you're fine. So, just to let you know, to my knowledge, Facebook does not allow pornographic ads to be targeted at their users, especially CP. So, this is another article by the Post Millennial. This was actually just, I think, what was it?
I remember having a Miss-Steam Facebook account for exactly 5 minutes, and then I was banned for life.
But yeah, hold on,
I posted hentai, and apparently that just banned me for life.
Yeah, no, they don't allow porn, and they would not advertise it. But yeah, this happened yesterday. So, on July 22nd, 20-year-old, this is the article we just read about, Just Grumple provided the Post-Millennial with evidence of explosive allegations of the sexual interference she experienced as a young teen at the hands of Jonathan Yaniv. Yaniv, he's not transgender, he's a fucking creep, has recently come under fire for a series of controversial human rights tribunal suits. He has filed against 16 BC estheticians alleging discrimination for refusing to provide services to Yaniv's male genitals. In the aftermath of Rumpel's bravery, 2 new victims have come forward with evidence, mind you. And as unbelievable as it might be, their intersecting stories are even more shocking. 20-year-old Ashley Smith of Ontario, whose name has been altered due to trauma and for the protection of her work and family, says she was victimized when, like Rumpel, she was just 18. Ashley was just 14. A super fan of the teen pop group Con-Munnity Smith met Yaniv in 2013 on the band's Facebook. I had commented something, and Yaniv replied back, Smith says. I thought it was the other girl who worked with them, Ariel, but Yaniv clarified that it was him instead and added me on Facebook, Twitter, and Skype. Yaniv presented himself as the manager of the girl group, which earned Smith's trust. So, quickly, I was excited. I thought this was my chance to get to meet this band, she explains. So, Yaniv passed himself out as a band manager to this young girl? Wow. She explains that Yaniv called her one day singing one of the songs Con-Munnity was about to release. Yaniv was really strategic. He knew that the fans of this band would jump on any opportunity to try and meet them or get close with them. That's exactly what I wanted, she explains. Yaniv had me wrapped around his finger. Smith explains that Yaniv had access to songs and videos that hadn't been released yet and claimed to the girl that they would be talking to Camarelli about her to keep her hanging on. What seemed to start out innocuous took a very, very dark turn. It could be said that Yaniv used 14-year-old Ashley Smith like a pawn at one point, instructing her to cyberbully 20-year-old Louise Nuzak of Paris, France, another Camarelli fan who had earned Yaniv's ire for correcting his French on a Facebook post. The post-millennial reached out to Nuzak, who shared her story and has been forthcoming about her ordeal on a blog titled Breaking Silence. Oh my god, it just gets worse. There she said she has been haunted by this ghost for nearly 7 years. Newsack, now 27, says she reached out to one of her friends on Facebook to vent about how rude Yaniv had been to her after she had corrected his French language post. Yaniv then weaponized a 12-year-old Carmeli fan, alleging telling her to find a way to access the messages and see what had been said. The girl, whose identity is known to the post-millennial, then used Trust to access Newsack's friend account, managing to convince her to give her the password to her account. How? According to Newsack, Yaniv told her to screenshot anything she could see that was about him. Yaniv then made the screenshots public. The screenshots remained public on it. Go ahead.
I was just about to say, psychological abuse will do things they wouldn't normally do, and psychological abuse is usually can be a long period of time or a short period of time. If you gain enough trust in someone, they are very easily manipulated, and again, they would do things they wouldn't normally do. So this girl probably got psychologically abused by this person, and that's why she felt comfortable to give him a password or felt obligated.
Perhaps. I'm blown. Anyway, I'm not surprised about the story coming out because, I mean, writing's been on the wall for a while with some of these laws and the direction stuff has been going, but yeah. The screenshots were made public on a message board of 400 to 500 Camarelli fans who Yaniv encouraged to send disparaging messages to Newsack. Fans were being sheepish and young. They just called me a hater or a bitch and moved on. They were under the impression that Yaniv was really close to a Camarelli girl, so they felt like it was their duty to defend them. Wow. But even the fans took the issue with the abuse that came from Yaniv. In one post, Yaniv is seen saying he will make a video in the stylings of Amanda Todd with 15 minutes of flashcards calling Newsack a cunt. Amanda Todd was a teenager in British Columbia who committed suicide after experiencing severe cyberbullying, assault, and blackmail, leaving an impactful video in her wake in which she held up flashcards detailing her ordeal. On the cyberbullying experience...
I remember the Amanda Todd situation. I remember in secondary school, and they used Amanda Todd's video to go, this is what cyberbullying does to people, and it was disgusting. Like, so many secondary schools just used her videos to show that, oh, this is what happens when you cyberbully. It was like, you're using a dead girl's videos, you psychos.
Well, she put the video out before committing, so it was put out for a reason. It's not like people went go digging for the video.
Well, no, like, I understand that, but the thing is this was like secondary schools that were using...
Oh, yeah, that's a bit much for...
their own gender.
Yeah.
There was a lot of secondary schools that were doing it, American and English, and they were all using her videos, and no one thought, like... Not even a little?
It's because it sent a strong message. On the cyberbullying experience, Ashley Smith says, I was afraid to fight back and scared to say no because I wanted Camarelli to like me and I didn't know what was happening, was wrong. I need you to lie for me. If you do this, I will love you forever. Go write and ask saying, actually, we stop lying. There was no such tweet and stop using my name like that, putting words into my mouth. I would. She'd screenshot it and she knows I saw it, so if I lie, she'll flip on me and everything will be over dramatic. Let's see. Do something to make this stop then. Don't admit to any screenshot or any tweet, please. It'll make me look bad. So, using this 12-year-old, tricked a bunch of girls who are fans of this band, tricked them into saying, oh, well, I manage the girl band, I'm close to them, hear their songs. Wow. Like with Rumpel, Yaniv also sent Smith disturbing messages centered around menstruation. One of the messages Smith has provided, Yaniv is saying, I want to be really good friends with you, like really close, and asking the 14-year-old to tell them when she's got her period. Let me just point out, it's not really a thing girls share, and this is like a joke. It's like, oh, our clocks are in sync. That's about it. But generally speaking, any respectable young lady or girl, they're not going to talk about their period. If anything, they don't want you to know that they're on it. Like, smell nothing. They don't want you knowing.
Yeah, have you met teenage girls? They're horrible.
Well,
worst human beings on the planet. Like,
well,
hold on. Teenage girls know that you're on the rag. They will fucking mock you for months on end.
I've honestly never experienced that, but that wasn't my point. My point is, any respectable, if you were taught properly as a daughter from your mom or aunt, your grandma, you'll be taught how to bathe if you need to bathe a bit more during that time, take care of yourself a bit better, make sure you don't smell. I mean, I do the same thing. If my husband tries to go for something below the belt, it's like, no, I'm on the lady thing, and he doesn't smell it because I take care of it. People don't want to know. It's a private thing. It's not like I'm embarrassed or anything about it, but it's just like, hey, intimate thing, don't, boundary. So just, ooh. And another, Yaniv asked for advice on how to get feminine hygiene products from girls. And what kinds of girls to ask and whether or not to hang around outside of girls' washrooms. Oh my gosh, if I had a daughter, a niece, and I found you hanging around the girls' bathroom, I'd fucking tase you. Can I ask... Go ahead. Lee. Go ahead.
It's just, that was out of nowhere. Sorry.
See, can I ask you something about we talked about in the morning? Oi. Oh yes, wrong conversation. Lols.
We.
If I am, like, stuck and I really need a pad, can I ask a random girl for one? Like, if I'm at a bus stop and I notice... Okay, if you... No, I'm not touching that. Fuck that. I'm not even gonna finish that sentence.
There's this technique called, go to the nearest toilet, get to the nearest toilet, get as much toilet paper as possible, fold it up, and then put it in your knickers, and then just fucking go to the shops and buy.
Yeah, but it just...
I'm almost remiss that while I was gone, I grabbed food, and it's pizza.
Ichabod, why did you... Oh my gosh.
The smarter decision is just always have a backup. Just always have a backup. In every single bag, just have a backup. Just in case.
Yeah, but the fact that he's, like, going into graphic detail, just... That's why I didn't touch it, because, like, well, yeah, any random girl, what would I say to her? Ashley, what would I say to her? Just ask for one, say it's your sister, and you need it now because she doesn't have any, and she'll buy some when she's able to get out, question mark. Once the girl be like, okay, then where's your sister? Be like, at home waiting. What if I get handed $10%? LOL. Be like, she can't use these, and what if she asks why? And also... Because he's trying to get information out of her, and it's really disgusting, like intimate stuff.
Is this person just like shitting down their leg?
I don't know, but no, he got graphic detail. He put out graphic detail expecting to get more. I don't know what type of technique that's called, but when you give like graphic details in like your questions, usually people spill out and go further into the details. So his questions are trying to get intimate details, and it's really gross, especially about this. Let's see, what age?
Manipulation and grooming.
Yeah. What ages of girls should I ask, and what kind of girls? Any age would work. Which again, the 14-year-old girl at the time did not really know what he was doing. What's the youngest I should ask and the eldest? I'd say youngest, 16 to 17, because they wouldn't be weirded out. And the oldest, well, I feel like I should say Lynn's age, but she's not that old. for asking for a pad? That I do not know, probably not. Will she be like, fuck you? Also, where is the best place to ask a girl for a pad? Well, anywhere pretty much. So he's focused, he's just... okay, here's the CP thing, because we just went to CP. I'm skipping down, fuck the menstrual shit, this is much worse. Okay, so, Facebook will never, ever, they have a strong, they don't want porn on their websites, they don't want it advertised, none of that shit. Okay? So, I've never seen a pornographic ad on Facebook before in my life. Okay? I've had people post porn on their personal profiles, and I've kicked them off my friends list after giving multiple warnings. Okay? But, so yeah, Facebook doesn't want porn, and they're not going to advertise it. So, this is 2013 of March 28th. Ew, fuck, I just opened CP, ew, I clicked a link on Facebook. John, what the fuck? Don't click links on Facebook. Duh. It looks Photoshopped. Probably is. Wanna see? No, this is what happens. So, he claimed to click on a link on Facebook, which, from my experience with Facebook, I've been using it for years. I've never seen a pornographic ad there, and I've never heard any complaints about it. So not only did he click on a link, he wanted to share the picture with her, and he more than likely downloaded it or tried to give her a link. He tried to share CP with this other girl at the time.
Of course he did.
The fuck?
Of course he did. He's a pedophile.
In this message, Yaniv admits to opening CP and tells the young girl asking her you want to see. Yaniv also says, I wish you were 2 years older, implying that they would likely engage in sexual relations with Smith, and later ask her, would you date a guy who wore... Date a guy who wore pads. Can I tell you something without it sounding weird or anything like that? Sure, haha. If you were 2 years older, I'd, with you, you're sweet, you're very nice. Haha, awkward virgin for life. My friend created that club. I support her. LOL. Buy them for me or let me borrow them for you. You know what I mean? Probably. Do you find me attractive? So this shit. Oh my god, this guy he needs a padded room. He needs to be locked away from society, and his mom needs a freaking psychiatric check as well, because she enables this shit. Haha, but you live in BC and I don't, haha, and I'm probably the worst person to ask that because I never focus on looks. Ever. Would you date a guy that wore pads? So, he got... This sounds like a really bad fanfic, but I know it's real, and that's what, disturbing is. If I caught any guy, if I had a daughter, if I caught any guy talking to my daughter that way in Eastwood, I'd fucking curb stomp him. Oh, freaking A, man.
I don't know what curb stomping entails.
Curb stomping is you're going to end up in the dirt. They're not going to be able to get back up.
No. I know what curb stomping is. It's just people think it's really easy to curb stomp. It's not.
No.
It's not. It's actually really hard.
Dude, I'd be grabbing my male family member, my husband, my dad's like, hey, you know what? We're going to go for a drive in a really dark area. And you're bringing this shit back along, and we're coming back with just the three of us.
Well, don't be quite so obvious about it, Jesus.
Yaniv also admits to having a crush on another girl, age 16, who lives disturbingly close to him. Oh, yuck. Yaniv had a Kamali band member follow this girl on social... What? Follow this girl on... Get away from my cords. I love you, but you need to go for a bit. And it's clear from this conversation that this may have enabled them to come closer to her, like with Ashley Smith. Redacted name is 2 years older than you, haha, she's so adorable. She's 16, aw, haha. Yeah, is that okay? She likes me, I like her. It's so cute. 1 second, hold on. Lol. I'll tell you a secret, I have a huge mega crush on name Redacted. Oh, she lives in British Columbia, right? 0.9 miles away. Why do you know the distance between your house and hers? Oh my gosh, that's freaking disturbing.
They would have to have an address.
Meaning he either got her address or she gave it to him. Wow. OMG, oh, you should tell her. You got three Christina Lynn Camerali to follow her. Or the Christina Lynn. LOL, she knows. According to Elise Newsack, Yaniv often told people he and the 16-year-old were dating. It was a lie and a creepy one, as Name Redacted had no idea Yaniv was pretending to be dating her. On her deal, Newsack says, the relentless bullying I have been a victim of and the disgusting and creeping grooming I have been witness to have left me with a strong need for justice. I hope what goes around comes around. Ashley Smith shared Newsack's sentiments. The two women have since become close, a fact that say Yaniv is none too happy about. Well, of course not, because all of his victims talk to each other. And when they have actual evidence to back up their claims, because in this case there is text messages, and I'm sure there's a lot more crap that's going to come out. The last thing you want is your victims talking to each other and showing stuff to each other. Because then you get like this big snowball and turns into an avalanche. Yeah, you're fucked. Let's see. Two other Yaniv victims, of which Smith has searched she knows of many. Smith says, I know it's scary to put your name out there, to come forth and share an experience that now seems embarrassing, but you're not alone. We believe you. The Post-Millennial reached out to Camerali for comment, but did not hear back in time for publication. The Post-Millennial also reached out to Yaniv for comment. Yaniv verified managing the Camerali Facebook from 2012 to 2017, alleging the role primarily consisted of banning fake Camerali accounts. Yaniv asserted that both the girls profiled in this story were batshit crazy, of course, also stating that Louise Newsack was banned off the Camerali page, so was Ashley. They were immature back then, and they have not grown up since then. Yaniv denied having direct messaged any girls from the Camerali fan page and ended the call when I began to read specific message Newsack had provided from Facebook. Oh, you don't want to get called out on your shit. That's too bad. Ashley Smith has told the Post-Millennial she will be filing a formal police report this week on her experiences with Yaniv. Oh shit, so this is how you do things, folks, because with, I'm going to touch on the victim on Yaniv stuff just shortly. If you have someone who legitimately preying on you, you save messages, you save emails, and you take them to the police. Sorry if I'm hurting your ears. But you take them to the police. And this is what these actual victims are doing. So take lessons, take notes. Anyway, but wow, yeah, no, I was actually not expecting it to go to CP level. That's actually quite disgusting.
This person, it wouldn't surprise me if, let's say he was remotely believed he was a woman somehow, and she's getting like finger banged by him, and then she finds out in the middle of it, wait, you're a dude. He's going to be one of those people that goes, oh, I'm gonna carry on because trans rights takes away the consent. That's probably what's gonna happen in the future. I'm dead. If that's probably what's gonna happen in the future. If not this guy, then someone else.
Yeah, oh no.
It's just a matter of time.
Definitely. I'm trying to find... Oh no, okay, I retweeted it. Hold on, I know where that status is. Okay, here we go. Yep, I found it. The one that you were mentioning earlier, Steam. Because it's just like, okay, who tweeted it out earlier? But okay, I retweeted it, so I found it. Okay, so this is Yaniv losing his mind after I introduced myself. He called 911, pulled a fire alarm, threatened to pepper spray me, then had his mom physically assault. Well, she didn't. Okay, I watched the video. The mom doesn't assault. The mom just kind of like pushes him back.
She put her hands on him without consent. That's technically.
But okay.
She's not like a. Like she's basically being a little bit violent towards him.
Yeah, no, she's
touched.
No, she's being shovey. She's being obnoxious, but watch. This is only 30 seconds.
Get out. This is a secure area. Get out. Get out.
This is a public space.
No, it's not. Get out.
Yeah, it is.
Get out or I will pepper spray you.
Excuse
Get
me?
out.
No, don't touch me, man. Don't touch me.
Go out now.
Hey,
Get out.
Don't touch
You
my
go out.
Out.
Out you go. Get out. She just pulled the fire out. I did. I am on the phone. Get in here.
Wow.
Get in here. Get in here. Get in. Yeah.
So progressive.
Yeah, so aggressive, hey?
Progressive. Nicely done.
So, yeah, that was... The old lady is his mother, which I think she just needs her own mental check because I cannot believe she's enabling her son. I don't... See, I don't get parents that do this dumb shit. I really don't. But yeah, somebody went to go confront Yaniv and... Go ahead.
Oh no, I just hit my hand.
Oh. But yeah, so that is currently what is going on. And I'm sure more stuff is going to come out. Again, there is evidence. There's actual text messages, and you have news outlets that are verifying that the messages did come from Yaniv's account. Again, take notes, people. Kick Vic. Anyway, it's 7 minutes till 9. Does anybody need a break? Bathroom break? Anything?
I already went and
Okay.
I've got my drinks here. I'll be fine.
Okay.
yeah,
So I do want to move on, but that's just the update with the Yaniv situation. It's starting to blow up. I'm starting to see Ben Shapiro, Steve Crowder was talking about it. I'm starting to see more and more people talk about it. Blair White put out a video a few days ago. So more people are picking this up, and I'm glad because just holy crap. I do want to move on to, there's two other topics. There's, what's his face is trying to pass, who is it?
What's his face with his ugly face?
So it's low bar. I'm going to flip up to the thing, the TV here. So this idiot, he is on Trump's staff. And
Which
there we
thing?
go. I'm sure reconnected.
Fine.
That happens every single time now. I hate this little thing. Anyway, okay, so what is going on is you have this guy wanting to have backdoors installed into devices or whatnot so the FBI can have better access. Let's just read the article. This comes from the register.co.uk. Low bar, don't give me that crap about security. Just put the backdoors in the encryption, roars the U.S. Attorney General. This guy's an idiot. We already have enough issues with hackers as it is. We just had stuff in our Border Patrol freaking hacked a few weeks ago. There's been a few outages. I think was it anonymous or whatnot. I'm trying to remember
they
what.
were a hacker group, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's Assault. The country that Assault is in, there's a hacker group over there. Plenty of our stuff has been hacked several different times. And that's without having all these backdoors everywhere. And for those of you who aren't familiar with what a backdoor is, when they say encryption, it means it, and I'm not a computer expert here, but it kind of disguises all the information or whatnot. It makes it very hard to access. So what this guy wants to do is put a back door, say like places like Apple. They tried taking Apple to court because their phones are unlockable. That's for customer security, and Apple pretty much gave them the finger. So it's like putting a back door to a really tight, locked-up vault, and this is what this guy wants to do. If the cops and feds can't read people's encrypted messages, you will install back doors for us, regardless of the security hit, which, again, this guy is stupid. We already have identity theft and fraud, and he wants to make it 10 times worse because we don't have access. U.S. Attorney General William Barr has told the technology world, which they're all going to laugh at you and call you fucking stupid. While speaking in New York, Barr demanded eavesdropping mechanisms be added to consumer-level software and devices. So he wants a Big Brother is watching you type deal. No, thank you. That can be used by investigators to forcibly decrypt and pry into strongly end-to-end encrypted chats, emails, files, and calls. No ifs, no buts. He's retarded. He really is retarded.
Unless you have a VPN.
Well, the VPN is not gonna matter. He wants a backdoor on everything. And while this will likely weaken secure data storage and communications by introducing backdoors that hackers and spies, as well as cops and FBI, can potentially leverage to snoop on folks, it will be a price worth paying. No, it won't. And after all, what do you really need that encryption for? Your email and selfies? I don't know. How about credit card information? How about websites where you have to freaking type in your social security number, dumbass? Freaking your family's information. I mean, jeez. We're not talking about protecting the nation's nuclear launch codes. No, just our identity so people don't steal our shit, vote for us or take off with their money and we can't get it back because the banks can't verify who took it or who actually spent the money. Come on, dude, use your fucking head.
America doesn't have a backup plan for, like, if hackers take your money.
Well, no, it was a generic statement. So it's happened to me where I've had my debit card information sold, and I started to have like small increments pulled out of my bank account. And because I'm very much on my shit, I started to notice, like, okay, I didn't spend money here, and these were in states that I don't even live in, nor did I visit at the time. So I had to call. I'm going, hey, these amounts, it got sorted out. I had to call, file a police report, give them my old bank debit card information, got a new debit card. So my bank sorted it out. I had to jump a few hoops, like make multiple calls to get everybody to communicate. But I mean, I got it sorted out. But not all banks are like that.
I had to deal with a bit of fraud. Someone I know in my real life put my name on a bill.
Oh.
I had to pay £800 on that bill, and then the bank gave me $400 back.
Jesus.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But the problem is they can't prove it's not that I didn't do it. So like there's some bills where it's like they just can't prove that.
Yeah, and that's exactly the problem, and that's why I had to make so many calls. It's like, hey, I live in Illinois. I didn't visit Arkansas or Tennessee. I don't even live over there. I've been here. And like they verified with cameras, and Walmart has self checkouts with cameras. So it just, I got my stuff checked out and taken care of it because I was able to prove, yeah, I didn't spend that money out of my account. So you do have to prove that it was not you. And so I talked to the police. So yeah.
Go ahead.
This is why I'm going to do something like
I love you.
That's why I'm going to do something pretty drastic soon. Using legal system in order to make fraud a lot harder in the future. But yeah.
That said, I do want to bring up a very important thing that Mistress Tatiana said in the chat, and that is the Fourth Amendment, which protects against unreasonable search and seizure. We have far too long been giving away stuff that is in the Bill of Rights, and we cannot bend on something like this. If it ever comes to a vote, vote it down. If it doesn't, call your congressman, call your local government, anybody you can, and put a stop to this, because this is people reading everything you do, seeing every picture you send of your cat to anybody else. Or if it comes down to it, if you have a significant other that's a distance away and you've sent them your nudes back and forth as a Or like a comfort thing. Guess what? Your diddly bits are now going to be viewed by the government just because this dude doesn't understand how cybersecurity works.
Yeah. Let's continue. Let's see. Well, and while this will likely weaken secure data storage and communications... Oh, no, already read that. Nor are we necessarily talking about the customized encryption used by large business enterprises to protect their operations. We are talking about consumer products and services such as messaging, smartphones, email, and voice and data applications. Yeah, you don't need to be snooping in on our shit if we're not on your fucking list, dude. There have been enough dogmatic... Oh, go ahead.
Be banking on your phone at all, because that's how hackers actually get your bank information, is through your phones, because your phones are the most vulnerable thing to go through. If you do it on your computer, if you do it with a computer with a VPN on, you are most likely way more safer than if you ever do it on your phone.
Yeah.
Do it on your computer with a VPN on. Don't do it with your phone. So that's just sound advice. Really.
Well, like I said, the VPNs, if this guy's law or whatever bill goes through, VPNs aren't going to mean shit. They really aren't. At least that's just like from what I read, because he wants a backdoor on everything. And let's see, there have been...
That law's not going to go through because it will affect the government, and the government tends to not want their secrets revealed.
Oh yeah, and here it...
So that's not going to go through.
Yeah, and he wants all the consumers to have a backdoor on their shit. And she's like, no, you can go fuck yourself. Let's see. There have been enough dogmatic pronouncements that lawful access simply cannot be done. It can be and must be. If you're not military nor in big business, you'll just have to suck it up and use that backdoored encryption system for your personal communication and commercial dealings, Bart argued. Otherwise, he claimed criminals who are able to trap privately outside the grasp of the law would have a free hand at the expense of society. No, okay, stupid. It's just like the fucking gun argument. If you disarm the people, it would be digital, physical. The bad guys are always gonna have ways to get in, and by you giving them backdoor access, it's gonna make the situation 10 times worse. They're gonna find ways to exploit that backdoor, stupid. Just like criminals exploit people who are unarmed and defenseless. You fucking moron.
It'd take a talented hacker 15 minutes to find any of this stuff. With the backdoor in it, you are taking what could be several days of stuff,
yes!
And somebody actually having to make an active mistake to get into it, and you're giving them 15 minutes of, oh well, there's the back door, let's just go in that way. And the second it's known about, it spreads like wildfire.
Yes, because you have people that go in and steal credit card information. We have our basics. This is how fucking stupid he is, because even without the backdoors, identity theft, fraud, we already have these problems. Again, it goes back to the same gun argument. You take this away from the people, you put them in more of a vulnerable state than they were to begin with. Who gives a flying fuck if the freaking FBI can't get in? I understand that they need to get into electronic communications depending on the case or whatnot, but God, don't put a door for the criminals to come through. Oh, this guy's an idiot.
Fucking make it easier on them.
And then there's a tax information consumer. Go ahead.
That just makes the FBI's job a lot harder as well, so it's just inconveniencing them at this point.
And also, something to keep in mind, too, is if you have a backdoor, again, hackers will exploit that, and they can set up Trojans. I'm not a computer expert, but I do know that you could program your own Trojans. You can program all sorts of malware. You realize that viruses and Trojans can be implemented at those backdoors and attack your computer. Oh my god.
They can attach to a network.
Yes!
So let's say you've got this backdoor in your phone, and then you go in and you connect to, I don't know, the White House's Wi-Fi. They can get in and search every single person who's ever gotten to that Wi-Fi, nab the IP address, and then you're starting to give them very serious things. Like this man said, oh, it's not like it's the nuclear codes. Dumbass! It is the nuclear codes! It's everything! Every single bit of information. The second you add that back door in, you have fucked everybody!
Yeah, and he talks about, well, if you're not a big business, how do you think businesses collect information from their consumers? It's encrypted. It's protected. But you want to open up a back door to the consumer information and like our profiles? How do you think the companies get their consumers? Ads on their social profiles, emails. So you're going to be exploiting the companies too. I mean, like, again, I'm not a computer tech, I'm not a programmer, but there's some basic stuff I know. Just like, you exploit the consumers, you're going to be exploiting the companies. I mean, fuck. Oh, this guy's so stupid. Okay. Let's see. Otherwise, he claimed criminal. I already read that. And again, over what? Encrypted sex and selfies? Get real, nerds. Cryptography expert Matt Blaze liked Barr's line that citizens' personal and business information isn't worth protecting with top-notch. Yes, it fucking is. Okay, now I'm going to bring up something because these people are fucking stupid. Okay, let's bring up the 2016 presidential campaign. You fuckers realize that a bunch of dead people voted and there were triple votes? You guys bitched and moaned about the fake votes coming from Hillary's side, and then George Soros' machines fucking and rigging the freaking voting system, like who he voted for. I mean, you had reports of the thing switching from Trump to Hillary, like in front of people's eyes, okay? That part of that is consumer information. Our identities, our information is voter information that puts you in the chair, you fuckstick. Oh my god.
Let me be very blunt about this. And if on the off chance somebody ever makes this to you, Mr. William Barr, because use your actual, like, your full name to be respectful. Mr. Barr, United States Attorney General. You're a fucking idiot. The very basic concept that you don't believe that the American people's privacy should be upheld because you've got a fucking stick up your ass and don't understand the actual legitimate threat you want to put against the American fucking people, you should be disbarred. You should be removed because you cannot effectively do your job. You can't because you are too ignorant of the circumstances and the dangers. You want to call these people nerds. You want to say that it's not worth protecting. You should not be the United States Attorney General if you are so absolutely ignorant of what the cybersecurity is about. I guarantee you as the United States Attorney General, an individual of this kind of a high office, you have experts who will sit here and tell you every last thing you could possibly know about cybersecurity, but you're just ignorant of it, and you want to be willfully ignorant, and you are a danger to the American people. Sorry. I hate to get angsty like that.
It's okay.
It's a danger. It's a danger to the American people.
It is a danger, and it's a danger to everyone, not just the American people. And again, if the government has a brain in America, they would not allow this because guess what? Government secrets would be leaked very easily.
Yeah.
If he is this ignorant on something so monumentally important as cybersecurity, he should not be the Attorney General of anywhere. He shouldn't be a local Attorney General. He shouldn't be an Assistant Deputy Attorney General. He should be a civilian because it's too dangerous to have somebody willfully ignorant of something so important.
Yeah, no, it is. I just the consumer information turns into client information, turns into business information. Again, if you start at the bottom and if you take out the security of that, that's going to travel up the line. You can't have, we're going to be lax of security here, but everything's going to be okay here. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works at all. Freaking hell, man. Let's see. Isn't worth protecting top-notch encryption. Get away from the cords. My cat is wanting to hang around my freaking cords, and I don't know why. to flat earth bizarre thinking. I don't even know where to begin, the professor added. The Attorney General also insisted that investigators accessing people's private data via backdoors with a suitable warrant, of course, no, will not be in violation of the Fourth Amendment, which protects persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures. If you put that back door there, companies have already been caught and busted for spying on people and selling their information. You give those shits a back door, no one's going to follow that suitable warrant procedure. Freaking ignorant asshole. It's one thing to respect people's privacy, but the people also expect crimes to be investigated, he said, and that's not always possible when unbreakable encryption shields evidence and suspects. The key point is that the individual's right to privacy and the police right of access are two sides of the same coin, Barr said. No, they're not, because with our laws of the police officers, if an officer does not have a search warrant of any kind, we can tell them, no, you can't search my car, no, you can't come into my house. Am I being detained? No, good, I'm walking away, have a nice day. We have those rights.
Am I going to have to take over America as well as the British Empire?
I have no idea. See. The reason we are able, as part of our basic social compact, to guarantee individuals a certain zone of privacy is precisely because the public has reserved the right to access that zone when public safety requires. If the public's right of access is blocked, then these zones of personal privacy are converted into law-free zones insulated from legitimate scrutiny. No.
Chambers, we have Tabby in the hallway.
Tabby! Okay, hold on.
And I still can't move people, just as a note.
I don't know. You guys should be. I don't know why Discord doesn't let you. Hey, Tabby!
My ears.
Hi, Tabby.
The volume from the video and the volume from my Discord are completely different, apparently.
Yeah.
So when my ears, my sensitive cat ears.
Well, how have you been?
Oh, I've been fine. So what's going on here? I only just got here a few minutes ago.
You have U.S. General Attorney Barr. He's part of the Trump administration. He wants to put backdoors on encrypted data. And he wants to do this with everything consumer-wise.
No. 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 So much nope.
Oh, yeah. We just had our systems down at the border hacked a few weeks ago. They took off with schematics, blueprints for the new wall. Oh, yeah, so a bunch of people got a bunch of shit. And this guy wants to put a back door on stuff because FBI can't access it. We can't see what you're doing. Yeah, fuck you. This isn't China. Go away.
I can't say that I support his direction here. He really needs to consider resigning his position if that's the way he wants to go.
Yeah.
Hello to Kui in the chat.
Kui. Is that who I think it is?
That is Buttons.
Okay. The name sounded familiar. Hello.
Yes.
But yeah, it just we already have people's identity. I sound like a booknecker, but I cannot believe there's somebody that's an attorney general and is this freaking stupid. Like,
it happens every year.
Yeah, true enough.
Every year they try and crack down on the internet because they don't have control over the internet.
And it's not something to be controlled. Let's see. Barr said legislation mandating backdoors in software may be avoided, though he refused to rule it out because a terror attack or some such may conveniently swing the population toward outlawing strong cryptography. No, we're never going to outlaw it. We never want it outlawed, especially those who are deviants. No.
Companies definitely won't fucking go with that, because the thing is that companies really like their money, and they know for a fact if they don't keep their encryption strong, they're gonna lose the money.
Not only that, but one of the key points of any business is customer confidentiality and all that. Like, could you imagine somebody having access to your medical files?
Yeah, and that's HIPAA. That's a lot of pharmacies have to sign that agreement, medical facilities, and also to keep in mind too, for those of you who don't remember, a few years back, Target got their stuff hacked, and like, was it over 1 million people had their credit card and all their stuff, their information that was stored at Target stolen? So yeah, we have our own businesses get their shit hacked. And that's on a more higher level. But this idiot wants to add a backdoor. It's hardly a novel approach, piggybacking on a tragedy.
Is Target a good shop or mediocre or what?
I liked it when I was not in Illinois, but they've gone more woke.
All the stores suck in Illinois.
Well, there isn't a Target in my area, but like when I was younger, not living in Illinois, I did like going to Target, but I haven't been to a Target in like years, so I don't know. I know that they've gone woke with some stuff, but I haven't been in one in a few years.
I guess it's kind of like Primark then.
Yeah. It's hardly a novel approach, piggybacking on a tragedy to push for backdoor access to private conversations, as we saw with the Obama administration's handling of the San Bernardino shooting aftermath. Clueless, Barr echoed the familiar refrain that criminals were using encryption to go dark, and frustrate officers and agents' efforts to catch them. If this were true, we'd be seeing an explosion or at least some rise in crime. Here in America, however, that's simply not the case, quite the opposite, in fact. And so there's like a bar graph and bar graphs.
That was
line graph.
Line graphs.
A couple of days ago, there was a possibility that an asteroid the size of an Egyptian pyramid, and the speed of sound, would hit Earth, and it missed.
Oh, it missed us.
Yeah. A lot of people went like, "Damn!" Like I felt that joke going around. It's like, hey, could you like come back?
It's like, hey, come back, Rock. Come back, Space Rock. You have a mission. Come complete it.
Oof.
Barr cited 3 possible methods for providing the cops and feds with the ability to beat warrant-proof encryption, all of which have been mooted before and none of which work. His first example was previously suggested by British spies at GCHQ and involves putting virtual crocodile clips on encrypted apps. Crocodile clip? What? Specifically, the intelligence services would be allowed to silently enter encrypted chat groups or calls as an extra participant without anyone else in the session being aware of this intrusion and subsequent eavesdropping. I don't think so. The proposal would force software developers to quietly implement such sneaky accents, and Australia has already passed a law making such backdoors mandatory. Yeah, and they have too. Australia has actually made backdoors, and we could touch upon that very quickly as well. Actually, let me actually show you that.
Well done, Australia, you fucking morons.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, these sorts of encryption backdoors, do you all remember the big Ashley Madison leak that happened?
No, it doesn't even ring a bell.
Okay, so two things that happened because of backdoors like this was the Ashley Madison incident and what was called the fappening. hundreds of thousands of lewd images of like celebrities and stuff were released online because somebody used a backdoor to get into the cloud. The Ashley Madison incident, same thing. A backdoor was added for implementation for law enforcement to get in. And then hundreds of thousands of credit cards, personal information, addresses, phone numbers were all added. And this was a site for basically cheating on your significant other. That said,
The fattening.
thousands, almost millions of people had all of their personal data leaked almost instantly because they used it for blackmail.
Jesus.
Wow.
That's one way to have your life ruined.
Yeah, wow. Let's see.
Annihilation. That's what that was.
Let's see. The proposal would force software developers to quietly implement such sneaky access, and Australia has already passed a law making such backdoors mandatory. The plans have been dismissed as unworkable by experts. John Cowles, co-founder of the PGP encryption software and the Silent Circle secure messaging and phone systems, has done an excellent in-depth analysis of why such a system is impossible to set up at a scale in such a way that only law enforcement could use it. Let's keep in mind that anytime that people call the police and there is cyber stuff involved, you always have to explain what doxing is. Officers are just catching on to what doxing and swatting is. Much more the board. So you want to hand them keys to everybody's information? You're fucking retarded.
Here it's kind of if you know that your information got leaked, you can actually contact the police and say, hey, my information got leaked, so if you get a call saying like, oh, there's bombs in my house or something, then here's the evidence to prove that my information's leaked and that people are very malicious and can ways around to there are ways around it, but yeah, it's good to let the police know if you've had your stuff leaked so they won't like swat you and kill you.
Yeah. Let's see. What to set up could use it. It's a basic problem with backdoors of this kind. They're easy to set up and impossible to control so that only officers and G-men can use them. This kind of special secret access has already ended in disaster, as we saw in the case of Juniper's firewalls. Persons unknown, presumably the NSA, through the whole shambles remains highly classified, silently introduced backdoors into the vendor's Screen OS firmware. Then everyone found out about the hard-coded password and weakened VPN technology in Screen OS and could abuse them to slip into corporate networks. Holy crap! Or snoop on VPN traffic via Juniper's vulnerable gateways. It's not known how long the backdoors were in there, though what we do know is that someone found them and used them against targets to steal sensitive data. Wow, so this happened to a company. More pie in the sky. Barr's second proposal, one was touted and patented by Microsofty Ray Uzi, who, while a smart dude, has very little in the way of security expertise. Uzi's idea, which is for smartphones only, would involve a return of the infamous Clipper chip that was dropped more than 15 years ago. What the fuck is a Clipper chip? Uzi's proposal...
It's a chip in phones that allows you to access certain data via a remote access.
See, this is why when I get a phone, I'm getting a flip phone.
Get a crappy phone if you're worried about this happening, because that's the easiest way to avoid it.
Oh, I just don't like phones. I don't like phones. They annoy me, and it's just and the only reason I'm getting a phone is for
no, if this stuff passes, get a crappy phone. That's your best bet around this.
So what about VPNs? So are those not going to work?
VPNs would have the same backdoor.
Yeah. Everything, he wants VPNs or consumer, in the consumer sphere. Unless you're business.
Consumer end products,
yeah. Let's see. Uzi just posed...
That's pretty ironic, considering the entire point of those is to protect your everything.
Uzi's proposal is for a key escrow system that involves a dedicated piece of hardware holding encryption keys that would be accessible to investigators and no one else. The only problem is no one has any idea how to create such a thing at scale that would remain secret. Those wouldn't be secret because you would have pissed off officers. No, those would never remain secret. The third suggestion was an old idea from GCHQ analyst Matt Tate involving layers of encryption that would allow law enforcement access to the underlying private information. It's a cute idea, and no one has a clue how to do it. Wow, called it cute. That's funny. Barr also... What? Oh, sounded like someone wanted to say something. Barr also said software companies use keys and certificates to sign automatic software updates, which are then pushed to users. If these keys can be kept safe, surely keys to cryptography backdoors can be stopped from falling into the wrong hands, right? No. Providers...
Fuck, this girl was purple.
What?
Nothing. I'm doing artwork and I just realised I made a mistake.
Lol.
Shit!
Providers design their products to allow access to software updates using centrally managed security keys, he said. We know of no instance where encryption has been defeated by compromise of those provider-maintained keys. Providers must be able to protect them. Obviously, Barr hasn't been paying attention. This is exactly how the NotPetya ransomware that crippled business worldwide spread, via poison software updates using fake keys. And that's how Trojans and... That's why you don't click on random shit on the internet. Anything that says, I'm going to clean your computer, don't click on it. Also, Stuxnet used stolen digital keys to cryptographically send itself so it looked like the legit software. Microsoft lost control of some of its secure boot systems' golden keys. The list goes on. Also, phishing, too. As you notice, phishing sites, was it a few years back, too? There was a website that disguised itself as Twitter and had a bunch of people sign into it thinking that they were going to sign into their accounts, stole a bunch of Twitter accounts. So, yeah, phishing's another thing that happens with weakened security and encryption. So, this guy's a moron. Oops, there we go. Walmart is chaotic.
You can say what you want about Article 13, but at least we didn't put a backdoor system in it.
But with Article 13, it kind of like squashes, like, you guys, Susan, here's the thing with Article 13. Go ahead.
Article 13 is good. It's not good at all. What I'm saying is, weren't dumb enough to put a fucking backdoor in it.
No, but what Article 13 does, and in Article 11, it stops stuff from being even uploaded, period, before it's even done. So, I mean, it's like...
And that's why everyone bought a VPN.
Oof.
Yeah, but I'm sure something got snuck into Article 13 and 11. There's such a ridiculous bill. So there's that. Yeah, you have the U.S. Attorney General wanting to weaken our security because how dare the cops not have access. Also, something else too. Freaking, who's been following Bernie Sanders?
I don't follow Bernie.
Okay. He is an imbecile, and his very campaign proves it because he just proved why $15 an hour minimum wage does not fucking work. So.
Oh, I can tell you 1,000 reasons why that shit doesn't work.
Yeah, let me pull up the article here. I know.
Wage, it raises the taxes, and then they go back to square one.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, it's not only that, but, just on the basis that you're gonna be making more money, your tax rate is going to go up regardless if they tax you more. So you're still losing money.
Yeah, and they'll be in the same place, maybe even worse than they were before. So
yeah, and assuming you're one of those people who work and also have like welfare benefits, like say you're like a single mom with kids, so you kind of need the extra help a little bit. You won't be able to work and get food stamps unless you have a ton of kids. Because the qualifications for food stamps is dependent on how many people are in your household and how much the entire household makes. It's not per individual, it's everyone all together.
Yep, combined income. Who else is paying the bills and...
Yep. So that'll actually make it harder for low-income homes. Especially single mother homes with a lot of kids. Unless they have, like, a ton of kids, but... yeesh.
Yep. So, this is BubbaFest.com. Sanders campaign to limit hours staffers work amid labor dispute, proving conservatives' point on minimum wage. U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders' presidential campaign will limit the hours staffers will work to 42 or 43 hours a week to ensure employees are paid $15 an hour. So you have to balance it out. Anytime, just because this is also true when the Obamacare stuff came out with the insurance, anytime you make employers pay more money, whether it be through health care for the employees, more money per hour, they're going to cut hours for employees. They're going to make cuts somewhere. I'll give you an example. Walmart raised their minimum wage, was it last year? I don't work for Walmart, but this was an article. Raised their minimum wage, and then lo and behold, they cut several locations of Sam's Club, their sister company. So it was, I think, more than a dozen locations of Sam's Club closed, but all the employees at Walmart got that minimum hour wage raise. So, yeah.
it would have made more sense if he lowered
news to me,
taxes.
Actually, because I work for Walmart.
It would actually make more sense if he actually lowered the taxes instead of raising wages. Because if he lowered the taxes, then people wouldn't be losing so much money, and they could actually work and get more money. But because he wants to raise taxes and to raise wages, that's just they're going to be put in the same situation they've always been, maybe even worse.
Yeah. Taxes, people think taxation is theft. No, it's not, because you're paying for certain services out of your paycheck. I have no issue with taxes. What I don't like about taxes, though, is when it's used to pay for shit that we have no business to be paying for. We don't even take care of our own people, yet we want to send money overseas because of reasons. Oh, they don't have this, they don't have that. Okay, it's not our fucking job. Can we worry about our vets that are on the streets, please? Thank you. I want my taxes going to them, not these useless stuff that we just... No, it's not our job to take care of everybody. And that's just me. Are paid
taxes go to a lot of useless things inside the United States itself, let alone outside the United States.
No, that is true.
I mean, also there is the nasty truth of a lot of things conservatives and liberals taxes goes to things that they absolutely hate. So, for instance, the left hates guns a lot, but when they spend taxes and when they go, oh, more taxes, guess what? Your tax money goes to gun manufacturing. In the conservative side, when they say pay less taxes and you should pay your taxes, what they don't realize is a lot of the tax money goes to the abortion industry.
Yeah.
It's really like the thing is like people go, oh, the left, the right. If you look in American taxes go in things that both sides fucking hate, and it's like you both lose. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely.
Yeah, no, everybody loses in that situation.
Yeah. Let's see, the senator defended his campaign Friday in an interview with the Iowa paper amid linked information published in the Washington Post illustrated an internal labor dispute. There's actually charges being brought against Bernie. Among stuffers that have been playing out for months. Unionized campaign employees demanded a $15 an hour wage, citing the senator's own words in D.C. and on the campaign trail. Their boss has been one of the nation's leading voices pushing to raise the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour for years. In defending his campaign operations while in Iowa, Sanders touted the fact that he was the first campaign to unionize its employees, which was a very bad idea. I'm very proud to be the first presidential candidate to recognize a union and negotiate a union contract. I never want to work for a fucking union. I'd rather learn how to cover my own ass more than people decide, oh, we're going to go on strike now. Oh, well, we're not working today. No, fuck that.
That means that Chambers is a scab.
I have family members that have worked for companies that have unions, and they have been pissed because all the workers suddenly need to go on strike. And if the union goes on strike, you cannot work. Yeah, fuck that. I'm not paying anyone dues. I will learn to cover my own ass. Thank you very much. I know that sounds awful, but no. Sanders told the Register, and that contract was ratified by the employees of the campaign, and not only providers pay of it at least $15 an hour, it also provides, I think, the best healthcare benefits that any employer can provide for our field organizers. So you have $15 an hour minimum wage, you have health benefits, which I'm sure because he's trying to play nice with people, it's going to be the best coverage, so that's paying out a lot of money to employees who are going around squawking for you. That's pretty much what they are. They're going around screeching your name, vote for Bernie, that's about it. So, yeah, he's cutting hours. He's making cuts where he can to make up for the loss of money. The campaign's decision to limit the hours worked of its staff adds further legitimacy to arguments made by those who have opposed such a mandatory spark in wages, arguing that employers would be forced to cut down employee hours. Also, I know some people who live in Seattle, personal people, and they have said that when Seattle raised their 15 minimum, they raised their wage over there to $15 an hour, both the people I talked to lost their jobs 2 days of each other because of the minimum wage raise. So, yeah, a lot of companies have left Seattle. They are now out of city lines, so they don't have to follow that $15 an hour. But, yeah, golly.
Here's the thing. There was this thing. Friend of mine who had this problem. She was a manager for a company, and this idiot decided to rile up the employees. Employees were all from other countries, sort of thing. And this is actually relevant to the story. But basically, this idiot riled up employees and said, we want a 10% raise. This company was a cleaning service. You basically go to offices, clean. So you're basically glorified janitors. And they were asking for 10% pay rise when they were already getting paid better than a normal janitor. And my friend couldn't meet these demands because these demands were fucking ridiculous. It's a 10% pay rise. That is fucking ridiculous. That will get that would actually put the company bankruptcy if they gave everyone a 10% pay rise. But the thing is they keep asking, they keep going, they keep demanding for it, and they went on strike. Innocent people lost their jobs because of that strike. Guess what? they had to let people go, and a lot of innocent people lost their jobs because of it. And it's like, yeah, doing strikes, it's helpful if you're working under a company that doesn't allow you to have workers' rights, but a company that lets you have workers' rights, not even that actually gives you more rights than an average job, and you still put a strike over it, you fuck over innocent people.
Yeah.
Innocent people.
Yeah, and that.
Yeah, oh, my friend lost my job. Job because of that stupid strike thing, by the way. So she suffered for it too.
Yeah, that's why I never want to be part of jobs like, oh, we're a union. Yep, bye. I'm out. Want nothing to do with you. Okay.
No, like, unions do help if like you're being abused or something, but is you get assholes like this, and then unions get a bad rep for it. When it's like unions do a lot of good, but then one fucking arsehole has to come and go like, I want a 10% pay rise, even though I don't know what that fucking entails. And then they get bad rep for it, and it's like,
leave the cord alone. Get away from the cord.
As a side note, somebody came in, I will not even begin to attempt to pronounce that name, but said that they were just watching that Umbrella guy, and it looks like Mars Girl has now started blaming Funimation for protecting Vic, and is encouraging other SJWs to target them.
Oh, I love it. Did you see her racist comment earlier? Oh no, I know we're kind of diverging a little bit. Let me touch upon this last thing, and we can go over to that. Let's see, this is funny about Bernie says, it does bother me that people are going outside of the process and going to the media, Sanders told the Des Moines Register. This is not really acceptable. It is really not what labor negotiations are about, and it's improper. Oh, no, you're just pissed because you got outed for a campaign, for the bullshit you promised your campaign that you can't even fulfill, and you're seeing the reality of it, you dumb shit. Sterile old geezer. You know. Anyway. Hey, freaking... Get away from my cords! I'm going to kill you! Get! All my cat... All my cat... Go! No. Get out of here! Go!
Shoo, kitty, shoo!
As long as she doesn't throw the cat over her head.
I'm not... No, I saw... No,
Don't just... eat the cat!
They wanna have around my cords, and like, Angel already disconnected my yellow one, and she's like, get away from fucking cords. Oh.
Probably warm.
Yeah, probably, and he's wanting to snuggle, and it's just like, okay, I gave you pets, and it's just like, okay, now get out of my cords. But anyway, to show you here, let me pull up the tweet. But yeah, Mars Girl is going to point the finger at everyone except herself. I actually saw that Umbrella guy's video talk with Hanlia. Said, oh, well, I offered Vic's name because people were talking about creeps or whatnot with Funimation, and so she's making excuses. She keeps trying to say, oh, well, I'm not the start of this thing. It's just like, here's the funny thing. Unless somebody does a keyword search for something, how the fuck did Mars Girl find Hanlia's tweet? Supposedly, they had no contact with each other. I mean, I found a few tweets interchange between the two of them, but it's just like, if you didn't know Mars Girl and you weren't in on this and you just offered his name because of reasons, how the fuck did she find your tweet? It just let me see, where is it? Come on, must be okay. So nope, I found it. Okay, so this was posted by name is Petanose. So open image. So yeah, let's see. How bold of you to stand with someone even when they are predators. So it's Mars Girl running her mouth, and I cannot wait till she slapped with something just to shut her fucking face up.
She actually replied to a tweet that I made once, but it wasn't anything big. It was really small. I basically made a comment saying, like, I can't imagine anybody else but Vic voicing Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. Because I think he plays that part very well. And then Mars Girl responds with the dude meme where he's like, "That's like your opinion, man."
Yeah, she is a fail channel awesome.
I know who she is.
Yeah, and she's right now.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Wasn't she involved in that hashtag
change the channel? Yeah, she, like I said, okay, this is what I've told people when the Jew Wario stuff broke out, because I remember Jew Wario taking his life. I remember his channel getting memorialized, and then all of a sudden you had this huge ass document drop. I was in a whole different community, and to my brain it was just a clusterfuck, and I'm going like, the hell with this shit, I'm gone. So I fell off with it. Now there's two sides of the story. I don't have proof for either side. Mars Girl claims that she had no idea Jew Wario was a predator or whatnot, and that she found out when the allegations came out. Others claim that she knew about it the entire time and covered his ass and hid stuff from the public about his dealings. Those are the two sides of that coin. I don't know which side is true. I fell off the situation because it's just like, oh dear God, I'm out of here. So
there's a point where it becomes too much to deal with. We are starting to get close to time.
Yeah, but yeah, here's the racist shit that came out of her mouth a few days ago. I remain surprised, and yet not surprised, at the number of little children and non-Americans who want to go on the attack in regards to an American voice actor and an American civil court case. It's people wholly unqualified to be soldiers in this fight. So she's saying, if you're not American, you can't have your say. You can't say anything about the Vic situation. This is some of the most racist and prejudiced shit.
Bullshit. Vic shouldn't be put through this shit. There you go. That's my opinion from an English woman. Fuck you.
Yeah, no, I was actually surprised because, like, I saw this in my feed. Was it this morning before work, or was it last night? And I'm just going, did she just really spout this shit on Twitter? Like, you're a racist piece of shit. Like,
Oof.
oh, and see,
Maximum oof.
There's so much oof.
yeah, and here's the thing, like, I at this point, I really don't care. I'm not gonna say or do anything more. People can eat each other for all I fucking care at this point. Like, because when people were doing, like, that arm thing, like, making fun of her in that dress, I kind of like, okay, guys, this is the freaking video, this is the camera at a weird angle, and it's distorted, and things like that. But now, it's just like, you know what? I don't care. I really don't care, because you keep flapping your gums. No wonder why these guys are going after you still, because you won't shut the hell up. And I'm not saying bully her into silence. What I mean is that, but not her shutting her mouth, is she keeps running off at the mouth.
Hurting your own case is a bad idea, I'm just saying.
Yeah, let me see what
I just want to get away from the drama. Oh, let me talk about the drama.
Get away from it.
I want to get away from the drama. So I will insert more drama.
Let's insert myself headlong right up the ass of a horse that just kicked me. That's the best idea.
Okay, let me see what she's saying about Funimation. I can't, okay. Oh, the hell with this browser. I have,
In the grander scheme of things, the only thing I ever wanted from this whole situation has been the truth.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm pretty sure any of us want. We want the truth of the situation, we want the truth of the matter. If that comes out, that's a good thing. Even if it's negative for Vic, it's very important that people know the truth. Because if he is a predator, he needs to not be going to certain conventions. Anything where there are minors present, that would be something he would not need to be going to if, in fact, he is a predator. However, if he's not, then this is a witch hunt, and it damages every other sexual assault victim. Every other one, because now their story has to be cast into the doubt that, is this just another one of these claims where it's just another rando who has no legitimate actual claim. It's just like this or that, and they just want to go after somebody. You shouldn't want to have that happen. You shouldn't want to ever accuse somebody of something they haven't done, because if they haven't done it, you only throw people under the bus who actually have these experiences, because now we have to make these investigations more rigorous, because these things can't slip through the cracks, because if we do, we end up with either so many people who are considered predators for the smallest things humanly imaginable, and then they don't get to do a lot of things with their lives because they have been cast into this light, or we end up with predators getting off scot-free because there's just not enough rigorous evidence, and it has to go so deep into the personal lives that these victims don't want to speak out anymore. They are doing nothing but hurting actual sexual assault victims by starting these witch hunts.
Yep.
Yep, I'm downloading this.
Now it's like if you say, oh well, if you say something like you were raped, over a year ago or something, then people wouldn't believe you, or would automatically accuse you of being a liar, sort of thing. And there's always been a fear of that in the past, but I think it's more prevalent now because, well, people are actually lying about it these days. So it's like, yeah.
Or like even expressing it. Like I'll give you an example. I got accused of having NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, just for my poems that express my traumatic past. So yeah, you have people running around like that, and this Me Too movement, all this other garbage. It makes that just 10 times worse, and it just... Yeah, no, and I just found like this wonderful little PDF that I will be sending off to Ty and I'm giving this to Nick Rakita, because it's a call to action. It is a 7-page PDF. Funimation, you should be listening. Call to action. I might dump it in my own Discord, but oh my god. Let's see. This is basically the direction I figured people would be moving forward after all this was wrapping up. People would come to the realization that Funimation knew and did nothing, even though the court documents show that Tammy Denbo, who works for Funimation, did not properly investigate the allegation against Vic, because as it was shown that she never went to go talk to Vic about the allegations Monica and a few others brought against him, and that when they terminated Vic, that there's an email sent out, and by accident, with Vic still attached to that email chain, not to respond to Vic. So it's not... And also, I keep hearing that Funimation is a sexually charged company as well. So, like I said, I've started to fall behind with some of this stuff because my new job and some other things. But yeah... So...
Flying Falcon makes a joke in the chat. Chambers doesn't have NPD. She's an NPC.
Oh. Yeah, haha. But yeah, and that's the other thing too, is because anybody who, for the most part, expresses anything like, oh hey, I'm a victim of sexual abuse, or I'm a survivor of rape or sexual abuse, sexual assault, they get mocked at. They're like, oh well, you're a narcissist, or you're making up, you're doing this for attention. Why nobody would talk about this? Blah 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 blah. And it's just like, this is what it's come to. This Me Too movement, all this other garbage has destroyed any chance for actual voices to go, hey, this happened to me. Hey, I can relate to you. You're not alone. So yeah, thank you, assholes. Thanks.
Well, the thing is I hate the term survivor of sexual assault, because it kind of says like, oh, I don't know. It sounds really insulting.
But sexual assault
supposed to be, but it sounds it. I don't know.
I know, and even like, cause I'm going like the book, I had to freaking put it down because I was legitimately getting depressed. There's a book. It's by a Christian author, Dr. Dan Allender, and he's talking about there's different levels and severities of sexual abuse and things like that. But it's still devastating, and you can't even talk about it these days without somebody thinking that you're attention seeking. Like I said, I got called narcissistic for my fucking poems, which I don't put out all that much. These are old poems I showed somebody. It's like, well, you're narcissistic. You have narcissistic personality disorder. Man, just like going, and I got accused of having implemented memories, and it's because I have a repressive memory. I have a CPS file, I have some other stuff, testimonies from various people about certain stuff in my past. Get out of my courts. And it just, I can't even talk about it. Go ahead.
Start spamming them with scat porn.
What?
Oh.
People saying that shit to you, spam them with scat porn.
Oh, no. No. That's not.
I don't think Chambers has the capacity as a human being to even look up scat porn, let alone send it to anybody.
Okay, well, tell me who they are, and then I will spam them with scat porn.
God, Steve, don't throw scat porn at
No,
people.
but that's just my point, because of all these fake victims, all these fake survivors, oh, he hugged me, he assaulted me, bullshit like that, it's created such a hostile environment, and what sucks is you do have actual victims, actual survivors like myself, was like, well, we might as well just shut up about it because no one's gonna believe us because some of our stories are legit crazy. Some of our stories sound like they're like fan-made horror films or something. So,
or it has to have inspiration from somewhere.
Yeah, but you get my point. It sounds like it was concocted, made up, exaggerated for entertainment purposes or for attention. Get away from my cord. I love you.
I'm gonna be that guy, and I'm gonna say this: when somebody shares an abuse story with you, they have a reason for doing it. It's a very traumatic thing that these people are talking about. It's very horrifying. It's very emotionally charged, and it is a scar that they are showing you to help them cope with that scar. When somebody does that, you should take it as an incredible show of trust, because they're giving you that story that hurts them so much, that is a fundamental part of their lives. Don't call them attention seeking because they've shared a story with you. It's important to them. And I get it. There are these people out there who do look for attention on this kind of stuff, or just trying to blame somebody. But in the end of it, that's still them showing you an immense amount of trust. And I'm not saying wholeheartedly, 100% believe them and start going after somebody.
Right, no.
But listen to the story.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and that's...
Encourage them, if there's evidence, to go to police.
Yes.
Don't sit there and be like, oh, you're just an attention whore. Go away. Fuck off with that shit. It's ridiculous. If they have these kinds of things, these kinds of traumas in their life, and it's recent, you tell them, go to police and report it, and then support them through that. If, however, it's too long ago, help them, console them, make them feel better. Don't be a prick about it. Because when it comes down to it, somebody sharing a story of their abuse is them trusting you with something that is a visceral and open wound on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And that is why I absolutely hate this kick Vic stuff. Because every time I've seen one of these things, it's not an emotional story. It is clearly horse shit and misconstrued crap. And it irritates me to no end.
Yeah, and I'm going to let you in on a little secret, too. Because the YouTuber Miss Misa, she posted out a video, and I forgot what she was responding to. But I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm going to say the same thing, and I'm going to further talk about it. Number one, being a sexual abuse survivor or a rape survivor victim, it's not a badge of honor. It is a black spot that we cannot get off. because a part of us was stolen, a part of us was permanently broken that we cannot get back. So it's not something I sure as shit don't value that part about myself. I'm actually quite disgusted with it, not because of anything I did, but because I know it's always going to be a deformed part of myself. Number 2, any survivor, victim, and people are going to go, oh, well, you're pulling the true Scotsman fallacy. No, I'm not. Any real victim or survivor, they're not going to want to fucking talk about it, really. It's going to be very hard to talk about it. Now, something for me, because those of you who have been around my channel, I do poems, or I used to do poems a lot. And the reason, like, people do vent pieces and things like that, I put out poems, or did, because it was a way to sympathize with others and go, hey, you're not alone. And I've had people. I have people that I've met through my poems now on my Facebook. Really good people who could relate. And so that's why I put out the poems. And for many years, I mean, there's still stuff that I won't talk about, I won't pull it out, I won't draw, because it's just like, like I have 2 pieces in Forbidden Chambers in my Discord hall that I will ban people if that shit gets leaked out. That is a little legitimate rule. But that stuff, I put it in a locked door because it's just like, no. That stuff is hard to talk about. Huh?
Dating becomes a lot harder.
Oh yeah, your relationship, you look at relationships all weird, friendships, and it's not an easy thing to talk about. It's not something to be bragged about and used as a weapon to chop the heads off of people you don't like. And that's what it's become. And it's become very hard to talk about. It's like, okay, are they telling the truth? And because it makes all the rest of us look like liars. Not all of us can prove our stories. The only thing that I have, like, documentation, legally speaking, is a CPS case. And then, like, some text messages and things like that. My parents got a bunch of paperwork. But that's me. Not everybody has those things. Not everybody...
You can also lose friends because of it, because you would end up distancing yourself from them, thinking that they won't believe you. And... tell them, one, it'll probably be too late, and 2, a really good chance that the friends just won't believe you because the person who sexually assaulted you could be a really respectable guy, and they would rather believe the well-respected guy than the person that they don't know as well, sort of thing. So that's another thing. Tends do is they tend to distance themselves from friends that are also friends with the sexual assaulter.
Yeah. So it just, yeah, no, yeah, I see it. 10:04. We're gonna wrap up, but yeah, so right now the environment is not welcoming to actual victims. I'm like, that's why for me is because people have accused me in the past, oh, well, you're just making yourself to be a victim, you're playing the victim card. No, I don't join groups. I purposely avoid any group that's supposed to be for sexual abuse victims, rape survivors, things like that. I stay away from all that shit on purpose because it's like, no, which ones are fake and which ones are real. So that's just me. I don't join groups on purpose. I distance myself far away from them. But yeah, and that Kick Vic, and it just, some guys were laughing at me the other night, and I really think Vic is going to be victorious. There's not going to be any standout winners, because this has damaged everybody. You had a bunch of people that wanted to look like a bunch of clowns win in. You had a company that apparently isn't managed right for beans. And you just have people conspiring with each other to freaking destroy one person over, I don't even know what at this point. But yeah. So, I know we went off to a tangent, talked about the Yaniv stuff, and I will continue to follow that. I don't know if next week's stream is going to be about it, because we talked about it last week, this week, and possibly I want to talk about something else, not even discuss it, but we'll see what comes out. And then we talked a little bit about the internet security, encryption stuff. The U.S. Attorney General is an idiot, and talked a little bit about Bernie Sanders' campaign kind of blowing up in his face. I think his campaign is pretty much cooked at this point. Because, like, oh, look, one of your promises blew up in your face. And then we touched a little bit upon Mars Girl and her freaking racist shit. I cannot believe she said that on Twitter. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was definitely an error in judgment.
Wow. And I wonder, actually, let me see if that tweet... Hold on, I want to see if that's still up, because I bet you I wonder if she deleted it.
Probably.
Actually, wait, she can't, because she's supposed to be preserving electronic communication. Yeah, she got served one of those letters. It's still up! Holy crap, it's still up!
Oops.
Yeah, no, she dumb. And I'm not saying this threatening way, but if she doesn't want to bring, like, more trouble on herself, because I really hope she gets smacked with one of these things, and I know with the court documents with Rial, Toy, and Marky, it's all beginning to blur with each other because it all sounds like the same bullshit, so... But I really hope Marshall does get smacked with something because, oh my gosh, insane. Anyway... Any last thoughts? Let me touch base with the chat real quick because I've been ignoring them. Victim blamers are the worst. Yeah, and survivor implies that you could have died. Yes, no, exactly. And I said this on Twitter about 2 months back when I go, I'm the survivor, Vic. No, you were not in a traumatic situation to where you could have died. Shut up. Sharing sexual abuse is sometimes because people will make rape jokes or sexual abuse jokes or downplay it or share it, be like, hey, this is real. Oh, yeah, and there are people who has that dark humor or edgy. I personally don't make rape jokes. That's something I don't do. Let's see. Who else?
A good coping mechanism.
Yeah, I know Reptian talked about, he jokes about his dark past, and it's a coping mechanism for him. Me, I have my own, and I'm not saying all coping mechanisms are healthy.
Everybody's coping mechanisms are different, but how they choose to express that can't be wrong. I mean, unless that's the coping mechanism is like hanging yourself and cope how you need to cope.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't physically harm another person.
Yeah.
So.
Or yourself.
Yeah. Ezob, that's because they've loaded their TSP with biased nonsense. Oh yeah, no, I love that. Freaking... You have the TCPA and Monica Real, Ron and Troy trying to use bits and pieces from Vic's deposition, saying, oh, well, he admitted this, he admitted to doing that. Like, I had some little shit on Twitter the other night before bed. It's like, oh, well, Vic said that the voice actors weren't responsible for his reputation going bad, and that it's been going bad by 1,000 cuts. I'm like, give me the documentation. So he gave it to me, and this court bit, little snippet, cites that it's been a combination of like everything, and Vic saying, yeah, it's pretty much like 1,000 cuts, a combination of like everything put together. And I'm cool, like, you can't even clip shit, you can't even, oh my god. And they love to take all these little bits that they find in the deposition and twist it, and I've caught several people doing it, including Greg Doucette, because when, was it, Ron and Troy, whose TCPA came out? It had a bunch of the itinerary, had a bunch of the freaking articles referenced as evidence, and it's just like, dude, this isn't evidence, all these were debunked. But yeah, I could ramble about that all day. But yeah, people have been twisting stuff, and Montello got busted for sucking the face of minors, and oh yeah. So it's kind of gross.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
Well, I mean, I gotta get going. I gotta get some sleep before I have to go to work tomorrow.
Same here. I've been working all week, and I can
we
still
all
sleep.
gotta get going.
Yeah.
Have a good night, y'all.
Good night, Tabs.
Thanks for coming on.
No problem. Sorry I didn't say much, though.
No, I'm just glad to see you, man. So I don't. So I like talking with you. You're cool.
Yay!
So.
Go commission Tabby. She does great art.
Yeah, she does too. There's actually a piece. It is, if you guys were around my channel December, January, even February, she did a piece for me of Memory and Hollow in sweaters. That was my stream theme
My-
for a while. Go ahead.
Discord profile. Steam in the Discord profile. Tabby did that.
Actually, let me pull up one of her pieces real quick because I can do that. I will show you what she did, and her prices are fairly cheap, but I will pay. Like my very first commission was from her. Let me see. Where is it at? Stream thing. Oh wait, no. Let me separate the pieces. Okay, so this is what she did for me. Where are you, little option? There you go. Okay, let me flip this over to the stream TV. Boop. Properties. Are you gonna show up? There we go. Okay. No, not that one. Where is it? Memory and Hollow. Yeah, no, these are all. These are.
I made a tweet. Haha! I made someone else's tweet.
It's not wanting to show up. Let's see. Untitled profile. Let's see. Where's my photo? I wanted to show the.
It's I mean, I see it on the display there. It's the one where they're in the snow.
But it
Tabby
shows.
does amazing art. The Hollow Knight one was my my computer background for a while.
Ah, no, not that one.
That took me hours to do. I also did that on stream too.
Because it's showing up as a black screen. Hold on, let me see if I can pop it up a different way. Because
I wish I.
Go ahead.
See, I wish I had that kind of talent. I'm just a who makes shitty art.
You are not an idiot that makes shitty art. Your art was featured on Chaos 55T's channel.
I'm still happy about that.
I know you are. That's why I brought it up.
Okay, yay! So here, okay, we'll pull it up this way because
It doesn't want to come up on the TV, does it?
oh, when the OBS when it
OBS is like, no.
well when it
Why don't you add it as
updates.
a separate asset. Like add image and then put it in there.
Just slap it over.
Oh, there it goes.
Okay, I know this is. So this is what she did. This was a winter stream theme or whatnot that she did for me. So I had it on my stream for a while. And what she does is I have the PNG file and then I have the background. So she'll separate them for you. So she charged me only $8 for this. I gave her $25 because it was so well done. So
I have a super secret project that I'm gonna see if I can get Tabby to work on.
Shush.
Ooh.
Shush.
But anyway,
It's not super secret anymore because now you've dropped the hint.
It's still super secret. It's just in the ether that I have one in the works.
But Tabby, I'm seeing the artwork now. You undercharged.
no, that's what, like when
Tabby
I saw.
always undercharged.
Yeah, no, when I saw her prices and I won't shoot it up too high myself, but like $8, okay, and then I saw her work, I'm going, shit, I'm giving her $30 for this. Crap. And like if this were me, I'd be charging a little bit more because that's 2 characters and a background, and I got this file separated. Like I have the PNG of Memory and Hollow separate from the background. So it's like, yeah, I'd be charging $50 for that shit. That's just
And
me.
Just as a concept, I had worked with Tabby to get the avatar images for my current avatar, the one that's holding the orange with the different expressions. I paid Tabby $20 for that, right? And I've got 2 sets of different shading of at least 20 images of my character in various poses and stuff like that, and basically a puppet that I can change the expressions of, the hand positions of, the eyes closed, eyes open, mouth, all of it. I can even pull off the eyebrows if I want to make a joke about somebody's eyebrows.
Ooh.
And all of it in a file that I can open up in Krita or Photoshop. It's friggin' amazing. And I if I had had more money at the time, I would have gave Tabby more money for it. because it was such good quality, and it's worth the price, and it's worth commissioning Tabby if you get the chance, because Tabby does amazing work, even though Tabby doesn't want to believe they do amazing work.
Yeah.
Oh, did I kind of a dickish of me, but Tabby, did I ever thank you for the artwork that you gave me?
I believe you did. Yes.
Okay. I don't want to like seem rude. It's just like I'm forgetful. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, no. Tabby's also probably the most chill artist anybody would ever get to work with.
Yeah. Let me, like, this is, usually when my co-host, actually, yep, good thing I checked that. Anytime if their stuff gets updated, I'll ask for an avatar, but this is also Tabby's version of, Ichabod, too, so she does good art, and that's why I advertise
that's Lileaves. That's
Oh,
Lileaves.
my bad!
Yeah, that's not me.
Hang on. I'll send you one of the ones that
Wait,
Tabby
wait, is you holding the orange, the one where you're standing, up?
Like in front of the fireplace and stuff.
I got it. I got it handy. Just give me just a second.
Look on it. Yeah, Lily's another
Let's go
one.
with the thinking one, because that's a good one.
Yeah, that one is cute. I like the one that Lily did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lileaves is another amazing artist, but I do not employ them regularly. We have some very... There is some opinions that I have that Lily would not agree with, so I try to only use them in certain situations. That one is the old avatar, and that one's the new one. This cost me $20. I have more than at least 20 poses and a puppet that I can change the expressions if I want something different for it. It's good art. It's amazing art. And when I first commissioned Tabby, like a while back, I was a little wary of it because I've been burned by artists before. I've gotten stuff that I can't use, and it's nothing that the artist has done. It's just I don't have a purpose for it. But I've never gotten something from Tabby that I can't use, or that's a poor quality, or that is in the wrong format, or anything else. Tabby has always done the best art for me.
Yeah, so like all of her, she's not advertised on the stream today due to that my two co-hosts, and I might, I don't know if I'm gonna change the format.
In the description.
Huh? Yeah, well, I usually have like an icon or something. I might just put you, get rid of this Risembool badge thing here. But anyway, yeah, if you guys like her stuff, she is in the description. She is under
artists. It's well towards the bottom under various artists here under Miss Steam, which is the second one down. The first one at top is Lileaves.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm wondering how can I bring a certain thing.
But anyway, with that being said, we're going to wrap it up here because I do have to get to bed as well here pretty soon.
It's like 10:30 where I'm at almost.
Yeah.
10:20 rather.
It's 10:20 here.
Yeah, I might grab some tea. I'm running on actual Steam because I've worked my new job. It's an actual full-time job, and it's actually something I can enjoy and sink my teeth into. But
thank you to everybody who tuned in to watch By the Hearth this evening. We stream every Friday at the same time, so if you get the chance, come on by and see me, the terrible co-host, Steam, the slightly better co-host, and Chambers, of course, as our host.
Horrible co-host.
And maybe Tabby if I dare grace everybody with my presence.
Grace with your presence.
It's like, I know, I don't come on very often. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. You're not expected to come. No, I've got, it's, at first I didn't get my two co-hosts, but it's like, no, this is a treat getting both of them on. They sometimes interchange, and so no, if you can't come on, I'm not gonna, like, come after you with the stick or something.
Oh, I know.
Although that would be a hilarious thing.
So I don't.
I'm gonna whoop you. Get on that stream.
Yeah, my co-hosts don't always show up either, and it just happens. So, but I'm glad for when people do get on and say hello and hear me ramble. Yes, hi.
Yes.
But anyway,
Yes.
see you guys.
Sometimes I just fall asleep too early.
Yeah. No, you're alright. Shit happens. Life happens. Anyway, see you guys in the next one.
Smile.
Oh, say goodnight again, because I muted you. Say goodnight. Go ahead.
Oh, good night, everybody.
Bye.
Remember to smile.